Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, a beautiful mom.
I've lost and gained back over 1,000 pounds.
Scared to diet.
Nadine says her yo-yo dieting has left her with post-traumatic diet disorder.
Even foods that are healthy, I can't eat without freaking out. I feel like a failure.
If I could tell you why you're failing, would you want to know?
Plus, a wife terrified to lose weight.
You don't like the attention.
No. Then I feel guilty.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I want you to meet Nadine. She is beautiful, gregarious, a mother, a very interesting woman who you will find very relatable. Now meet Janaea. She too is very interesting and also a mother. What you don't know and what they don't know is that they have so much in common, it's uncanny. What you also don't know is that you too share a commonality with these women that you have no idea about. So ask yourself, what could it be? What could you have in common with these two ladies? And in fact, what do you have in common with 40% of the people who get married, 90% of the people who start businesses, 85% of the people who go to rehab for drug addiction, 80% of the people who set goals for change, and all of the people who collectively spent $61 billion last year on a dream? The answer is they all set a goal for which they were programmed to fail before they ever started. I'm saying you have something in common with 40% of the people who marry. Why? Because 40% of the people who marry fail. 90% of the people who start businesses are going to fail before they start. 85% that go to rehab, they're going back because they're going to fail. 80% of those that set goals, you got it, fail. People that set $61 billion, what'd they spend it on? Wouldn't you want to know if you and your children and your family were doomed to fail in the pursuit of your goals and your dreams before you ever started? You had all the big plans, but before you started, you had sabotaged yourself. Think about it. What if before you ever took your first step, your fate was sealed? You may wonder, how could that be? Why would that happen? By the end of this hour today, you're going to know the answer to that question, so stick around. But first, let's talk to Nadine, the first lady I showed you. Behind her perky facade is a 36-year-old woman who says she was traumatized by her lifelong fight to be thin. Over the years, she says she's gained and lost over 1,000 pounds. Nadine says her yo-yo dieting has left her with post-traumatic diet disorder. That's her term, not mine, but she believes it. Take a look.
My name is Nadine. I'm 36. I'm 5'6", and I weigh 200 pounds. My weight loss goal is to lose 70 pounds. Over the years, I've been on a non-stop roller coaster of weight loss and weight gain. I've lost and gained back over 1,000 pounds. Losing weight stresses me out. I'm terrified to gain more weight. I'm terrified to not lose the weight. And then it frustrates me so bad that I want to eat. I'm completely traumatized by all the diets I've done and failed in the past. I've tried the paleo diet, the Atkins diet, low fat, South Beach, juicing, fasting, diet pills. I've even tried hypnosis and casting a spell. Some of them work for a time, but I always gain it back. Because of all the years of yo-yo dieting, it's done a lot of damage to my body. It's caused my arms to be really flabby with loose skin and stretch marks. My belly's flabby, my legs, my hips, everything is just saggy and full of stretch marks and loose skin, and I just don't like it. I feel like I'm failing as a wife, failing myself, because I can't solve this puzzle. My biggest fear is I'm gonna pass my craziness on to my daughter. She's been bullied about her weight as well. As a mom, it's so hard for me to watch her have to go through that. I absolutely feel helpless at this point. I'm totally lost. I'm totally lost.
Okay, good to meet you. Were you listening to what I was saying while you were backstage?
Yeah.
So what do you think about what I said?
I do feel that from my years of experience on diets that they're not sustainable.
The fact is, the reason you're failing doesn't have anything to do with diet. You set a goal and you failed. Why do you think you failed?
I think because I self-sabotage, or there's something in me that can't stick with it.
So you've set yourself up to fail every single time. Aren't y'all puzzled by why you do this stuff? $61 billion. How many of you have set a goal? Forget about weight, just in general. How many of you have set a goal you didn't obtain? Raise your hand. Look around the room. Everybody does it. Why do you think people do the same thing over and over when they continue to fail?
Because it's all I know. I've been doing it for so many years, I guess that's all I know what to do.
Wow.
I don't want to give up. I don't want to lose the battle. I want to keep fighting.
You lose 40 to 70 pounds every year.
Just about, yeah.
Long about the 5th or 6th or 7th year, wouldn't you think you'd say, I'm going to do something different?
I always feel like I am doing something different. Like every time I fail, or like I'm on a diet, I do really well, and then for whatever reason, I start eating again, and then it just creates the pattern of the opposite effect, and then I get back on another diet, and I think that that's the solution, is to get on another diet. And then I fail again. I don't know, but I don't want, because I feel like if I'm not on a diet, I'm out of control. Like if I'm out of control, I'm gaining weight, and I feel that if I go back on another diet, at least I'm getting back into control.
Have you ever really believed? Now, here's the deal. This is what's going to make today different.
Okay.
You ready to be different?
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
You mean just from this conversation or in general?
No, just with the...
You mean in general?
In general, with food.
If I could tell you why you're failing, would you want to know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
When I tell you why, everybody else is going to figure out some of their own why.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break, and I'm going to come back and talk about the why in her life, and it's going to give you some information about the why in your life. There is a dark secret that just might be at the root of Nadine's food addiction. We're going to talk about that, but also how it translates into the here and now when we come back. You had a panic attack, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't want to fail again. If you can't help me, nobody can. So I have faith in you.
And later, you don't like the attention.
No. Then I feel guilty. Do you think you're all that? You know, like if you lost the weight, you're going to be some hottie or something?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil. She rescued a frostbitten calf.
Now Hero has prosthetic legs.
But this animal activist
Kitty is a fraud.
is under attack.
I was doing just fine adopting animals till you guys came along. You're lying.
Did you shoot 2 dogs in the head?
I did not shoot him.
You had your husband shoot them and bury them in the backyard like trash.
You were going to shoot your cow in the head because it was stuck in the rain. Cows are waterproof.
That's tomorrow.
I think my issues with food are a direct result of the abuse I suffered as a child. My father was physically abusive and would hit me sometimes. There was always fighting and chaos in my house. My parents argued all the time. From the time I was 3 years old until I was 12, I was molested by a relative. Because of this, I thought I was a target because I was fat. Because of all the chaos and abuse I was going through at the time, I started to use food as a comfort to soothe me.
Nadine says she'd like to lose 70 pounds, but she just can't start another diet because she's terrified she will fail. She says she has post-traumatic diet disorder. And I know what you mean, because you get tired of failure experiences, right? Okay, when you say you get tired of failure experiences, it starts to diminish the way you feel about yourself, true?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like a failure all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I'm getting ready to put you on the last diet you're ever going to be on. Do you believe me when I tell you that?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because you're a doctor.
You've met a lot of doctors before.
Yeah.
Why do you believe me now?
Because you're my last hope, I feel. To get this right. To figure it out. I feel like if you can't help me, nobody can. So I have faith in you.
Well, you know, I've written a book called The 20/20 Diet, and it's turn your weight loss vision into reality, because you have a vision.
Absolutely.
But you don't know how to turn it into reality. And when I wrote this book, this is my second time I've written a weight book. I waited 10 years to write this one. I waited 10 years because I was waiting for there to be something new to say. And we've learned. There's emerging science, and we've learned. And there are things that I want to tell you. But included in this book is everything I said in the last book in a real condensed form. And I want to talk about this self-sabotage. Every one of us, you, everybody here, I said you start out and you're doomed before you start, because everybody has a personal truth. That personal truth is what you believe about yourself when nobody else is looking and nobody else is listening. Because let me tell you, you got on a social mask right now, and it's a good one. And I wrote down some of the key things you said. You said every bite of food you take, you feel depression, guilt, anxiety, and really just kind of a trauma. Yeah. You just feel like everything you put in your mouth is like a bad thing to do. Mm-hmm. You said it destroys your health, it destroys your life. And you said you feel like a failure.
Absolutely, because it's gotten to the point, like I say post-traumatic dieting disorder, because it's gotten to the point where I can't eat a single thing without freaking out, like feeling bad, feeling guilty, like you said, or feeling anxiety, because depending what diet I've been on in the past, every single food is wrong. Even foods that, you know, you think are healthy, I now have guilt about them because depending on what diet I was on, they were not allowed.
Yeah, and it's not about that. There's nothing wrong with food. You got to have food. The reason we have hunger is because we need it to sustain life. Hunger is a good thing. You're here to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you heard that I had written a new diet book, you had a panic attack, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I can't even think about going on another diet without wanting to panic. But then the thought of gaining more weight makes me panic too. So I'm like, I'm stuck between this place of like, I don't want to gain any more weight. I want to lose weight, but I don't want to diet because I don't want to fail again. I don't want to be set up to fail again.
Okay. Well, let's talk about this personal truth I mentioned. Okay. I said it's what you believe about yourself when nobody else is looking, nobody else is listening.
Okay.
It's what you say to you about you when you don't have this social mask on. And that's a pretty ugly personal truth, isn't it? You said, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I'm ugly, and I'm fat. You were violated as a child.
I had no one I could tell or turn to. Nobody showed me love or affection. No one said, I love you. Like, I had no one.
what happened to you between the ages of 3 and 12?
I was severely molested by a family member.
Right. And this went on for 9 years. But you were violated as a child.
Yes.
And you had no power. You couldn't stop it. You didn't have the ability to stop it.
No.
And in addition to being molested by this family member, throughout your childhood, you were also being beaten and abused. Mm-hmm. That writes on the slate of who you are.
Absolutely. And I had no one. Like, I had no one I could tell or turn to, or, like, nobody who showed me love or affection. Like, nothing. Like, not even hugs. No one said, I love you. Like, I had no one that I could talk to.
But then when you escaped the house,
yeah,
and you got out into the world, at least there were kids at school that said cruel things.
Yeah.
How old were you the first time you heard somebody calling you fat?
I was 10, because I can remember it exactly. I can remember every person who's ever called me fat in my life. It's like burned into my brain.
Mm-hmm. See, the problem is, and this shouldn't be the case, but it is the case, body image and self-image, they vary together. They shouldn't, but they do. Here you are objectified and abused by people that you should be able to trust. You're beaten, you're abused, you're ridiculed at school. And so your body image goes down, your self-image is dragged down with it, and so your personal truth is terribly damaged. Now, let me tell you why I'm spending time talking about that. The importance of the personal truth is that we generate the results in life that we truly believe we deserve.
Yeah, I don't deserve it or something. Some part of me obviously doesn't believe in myself or believe that I can be that person.
And as soon as you hit a bump in the road, you say, well, I can't do it. I can't do it. I got to quit. I can't do it. And so you comfort yourself with food, right? But that comes with a price. It comes with the guilt.
Yeah. It's a big price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a huge price.
And you know what diets do is they give you a bunch of foods to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't deal with all of this, what the hell difference it make what list of foods somebody hands you? What difference it make? Because this is going to get in the way every time. This is going to get in the way of everybody out here. Let me tell you, you're not overweight by mistake.
No.
It's when you use food for other than nutritional purposes. Have you ever seen a fat coyote?
No.
Have you ever seen a fat lion?
No.
They don't eat emotionally.
No.
You don't see a lion that says, well, she has a prettier coat than I do, so I'm going to eat an extra deer. They don't do that. They eat to live.
Yeah.
They don't live, they don't eat emotionally.
Yeah.
They eat to live. And you live to eat.
I live to eat, yeah, absolutely.
It's the flip side, because you've never decided that you deserve this.
But I feel like I've been like this for so long. Like, that's all I know. And I love food. Like, I love the taste of food. I love it when I'm happy.
You ever watch the Dr. Phil show much?
Yeah.
You ever listen? There's a line in the opening of the show. It says, today is going to be a changing day in your life.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to take a break. Will Nadine ever be able to eat without feeling anxiety and guilt? I say, hell yes. We're going to talk about how, why, and what right after the break. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
And she's now struggling.
Yeah. And that kills me more than anything. The very thought of eating causes me to have a panic attack and anxiety. I think every piece of food is bad. My trigger foods are any kind of junk food, ice cream, cheeseburgers, chips, pop, candy, anything like that. I can't even eat a banana anymore without worrying about how much sugar is in it. If I eat anything that's not specific to my diet, that's a trigger for me, and it's game over. It's absolutely exhausting to worry about every single little piece of food I put in my mouth.
I've told Nadine that the 2020 Diet, which is a book I've just written, is going to be the last diet that she's ever going to be on. And there's a reason why, because it's not just a diet. This is a book that I have written that is based on a survey that we did and asked over 1,000 people that only were included in the survey if they had failed on every diet that you could possibly imagine. Because I understood something. I understood if I'm going to make a difference with this book, I got to figure out why diets fail. Why people go on diets and then they fail. We know they fail, but why do they fail? And let me tell you, that survey and the candor that people told us with this research absolutely unlocked the answers. They fail because of hunger, right? You get tired of being hungry. They get cravings, right?
Yeah.
You want what they tell you you can't have. They get these feelings of restriction. It's impractical. It's expensive. Boredom, then temptations when they get around things and they smell it and they see it, and then inconsistent results and plateaus. You do all this work, then you get on the scale and you've gained 3 pounds, and you go, what the hell?
I'll eat then.
Yeah, you say, well, it's not working, so I might as well eat.
Yeah.
These are the top things that people said, and I knew that I had to deal with those things. But very importantly, there are things you have to deal with emotionally. It's the 7 keys that you have to deal with. And key 1 is right thinking. If you don't get your thinking right, if you don't stop telling yourself you don't deserve this, you'll never get there. You've got to heal the feelings. If you don't do that, if you continue to eat emotionally, you won't get there. You got to have a no-fail environment. Let me tell you, if you get up at 11 o'clock at night and walk into the kitchen and there's a bag of Oreos, those Oreos are toast. They're history. They're gone. Now, what's the chance that you'll get dressed, get in the car, and drive down to the 7-Eleven and get some Oreos? You might, but it's a lot less likely than if they're sitting there on the counter.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to just get them out of the house. You've got to put the right foods in the house, things that you can eat, because you should never be hungry on a diet. You should never be. If you are on a diet and you are hungry, you are on the wrong diet.
Right.
Key 4, you've got to have mastery over food and impulse eating. If you can eat something like a wood chipper, just like that, that's a low response cost food. Yeah. Those foods are not going to be good for you.
Right.
Okay, so you don't want that.
Yeah.
You are going to have to break a sweat.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand.
You're going to need to surround yourself with people that want you to succeed instead of are threatened by your success. So you've got to do some things in your life to get this right. And I'm going to help you with every one of those steps. I'm going to give you 20 foods for 20 days. You can stand on your head for 20 days, couldn't you? Yeah. You can do 20 foods for 20 days.
Yeah.
And some of these foods are thermogenic. They're going to burn faster for you. Some of them are time release. They last a long time for you. There are going to be 3 phases, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to move through them real straight, and you're going to be working on these 7 keys the entire time you do. I just want to remind you something you said. Okay. I feel depressed, guilty, and anxious with every bite I take. I feel like a failure. I think my body is ugly. I have no self-esteem. I have no willpower. And more importantly, you have a daughter.
Yeah.
And she's now struggling.
Yeah. And I feel like it's my fault. And that kills me more than anything.
People that have been through what you've been through, there is very specialized help available for this. And I want you to let me get you that very specialized help to make sure those wounds are healed, and let's turn this whole thing around. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay, now I'm going to talk to the other lady I introduced in the beginning of this. In the meantime, I'm going to have you sit right there.
Okay.
I want you to listen to every word I'm going to say to her.
Okay.
Because you are going to be stunned at how much you see yourself in her. And so we come back. I'm going to talk to a wife who says she's terrified of losing weight because looking better may attract unwanted attention from men. Is she using her weight issues as her protection? We're going to find out after the break, and I want every one of you to be asking yourself, how do you sabotage yourself before you embark in the pursuit of your goals? We'll be right back.
I am terrified of losing weight. I've seen marriages that get destroyed because one person loses the weight. I don't want guys looking at me, hitting on me.
My next guest, Janaea, is a 41-year-old wife and mother of 2 children. She's 5'7" and 260 pounds and says she'd like to lose 80 pounds. But does she really? She says she is actually petrified to shed the pounds she says she wants to lose. Take a look.
My name is Janaea. I'm 41 years old, 5'7", 260 pounds, and I would love to lose at least 80 pounds. I'm completely addicted to soda. I need to know where it's at, when I'm gonna get it, and if I don't have it in the house, I'll make excuses to run to the store. I used to drink a full liter in a day. My biggest weakness is junk food. If it has carbs, it's in my mouth. I actually have a secret place where I store all my junk food. So the family found my stash, so now it's my decoy stash, and I found another location. I do not like my chin. I have a double chin. My arms, there's no definition. They're flabby, they're wiggly. My belly area, I feel like there's a second belly hanging out. I also don't like my butt. I call it the secretary spread. I am terrified of losing weight. I've seen marriages that get destroyed because one person loses the weight. I don't want guys to find me attractive at all. I don't want anybody looking at me, hitting on me, talking to me. I don't want any attention whatsoever. Nobody's going to hit on the fat girl. It's like the fat barrier. It's like a protection. I have a handsome, hottie husband that works out. He's a cutie. When they see us together, they see this cute, handsome, athletic person, and then they see this short, frumpy, overweight girl that's with him, and they're wondering, why is he with her? But losing weight scares me, so I don't even try.
Well, today we're talking about the 2020 diet, and this is, in my opinion, if I do say so myself, a highly different approach to getting the weight off and keeping it off. And the interesting thing about this is it's designed to lose weight fast, which is not unhealthy if you do it in the right way, but in keeping it off, because there's no point in losing it if you're going to gain it back. And a high percentage of people that lose weight within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, gain back anywhere between 95 and 110% of the weight that they lose. And if you go to programs where you sign up and order the food and eat the food, it winds up costing around $400 a pound by the time you add up what you lose, because you don't do what you have to do to get there. Now, Janaea says she wants to lose weight, but then in the same breath says, not so much. So which is it? You want to lose weight or you don't want to lose weight?
I do want to lose the weight, but I don't. It's like a scared thing. I don't know.
Sounds like a plan for success to me. I don't see what could go wrong here.
No.
Yeah, I want to lose it, but I don't know. Do you ever think you're going to lose weight with that mindset?
No.
This is called approach avoidance. It's like, here's the goal, and you're headed towards it, and the closer you get, the steeper it gets, and you start peeling off, right? Because the closer you get to actually losing weight, the more anxious you become.
Mm-hmm. I do.
It's called approach avoidance conflict.
Right. I know I should be losing the weight, and I should be exercising. I should be eating right. I should be doing these things.
There are things that make you uncomfortable about being more attractive.
Yes.
You don't like the attention.
No. Then I feel guilty, like, why do you think that? Do you think you're all that? That you know, like if you lost the weight, you're going to be some hottie or something. And then I feel guilty, like, who do you think you are that you would think that? So it's like this big internal battle between, you know, I don't know, good guy, bad guy.
So you're kicking your ass coming and going.
Yeah, I am.
People use body fat like a snowsuit. And then when they start zipping it off, people go, oh, wow, look what's under there. They go, oh, bull, no, oh, oh, oh.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phil to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
We can't do this show without you, our studio audience.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Because we have a lot of fun here, don't we?
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445.
I wrote down some of your internal dialogue. You said, I don't want guys to find me attractive at all. I don't want them to look at me or come hit on me. My fat is my barrier. Nobody is going to want the fat girl.
That's right.
Starving stops temptation from ever becoming an issue. More people find you attractive when you lose weight. I want people to like me for my personality. When I do look in the mirror, I'm very hateful to myself. I don't like my belly, I don't like my arms, I don't like my butt. I have these internal battles where I tell myself to stop eating, I get mad at myself for not stopping eating, so then I eat more.
Yep.
Travis, help me out here. What's the deal?
She knows what the deal is, she just doesn't want to say it. She needs to deal with trauma from the past to fix this.
Yeah. You know, and look, and listen, there are things you don't want to talk about, and that's okay. There's trauma. Let's just leave it at that. That's specific enough for me. But there are people that have had trauma, and they use body fat like a snowsuit. They put it on and zip it up, and they go through life that way because they feel safe.
Yep.
And then when they start zipping it off and taking it off, people go, oh, wow, look what's under there. They go, oh, bull, no, oh, 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 oh.
Yep.
They zip it right back up.
Yeah. Very good analogy. I love it.
I know, yeah.
Didn't I start the show by saying these two ladies have a tremendous amount in common? They don't know it. And we all have a lot in common because we all have our own personal truth that sabotages the pursuit of our goals. If we don't believe we deserve AAA 5-star life, then we don't get AAA 5-star life. If you don't decide to star in your own life, who the hell is? What would be wrong with healing yourself enough to decide, you know what, I'm going to claim the right. I'm going to claim the right. I'm going to take my power back, heal my personal truth, and jump on the 2020 train. Have you had a better offer?
No.
So why don't you let me help you fix this?
I would like that very much.
And isn't it time? Don't your kids deserve all of their mom?
Yes.
Don't they deserve the energy, the leadership, the role model?
Yes.
And, I mean, come on, look at these kids. Wow, I mean, they deserve it all, right?
They do.
Don't start this if you aren't prepared to do it all, because you will lose the weight.
No, I want to do it. I want to start it.
So you're going to let me help you with the other?
Yes.
I'm going to get you the professional help to deal with the other. It's very specialized care for both of you. It's not just general, whoever's on the corner. It's very specialized care.
Okay.
And we'll do that.
All right.
Okay, we're going to really do it. And Travis, you're behind this, right?
Oh, yeah.
100%. You know, one of the most common questions people ask me is how to lose weight and keep it off. So that's why I wrote the 2020 Diet, to help people keep on track and then find a return to health. And we're going to talk to some other people about all of that right after the break. Did you get married when you were broke, but now you're successful? Or are you already financially secure and getting ready to tie the knot with someone who is not? Are you worried about what will happen to your money if your marriage fails? If you've asked your partner to sign a prenuptial or postnuptial agreement and you didn't get the reaction you hoped for, or you want to ask but you're afraid to, email me at drphil.com. Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our email newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else.
Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today.
You know, I wrote my latest book, The 2020 Diet, to help people get on track and find a return to health. And my next guests are some of those people. Here's why they say they need my help.
I would like to lose weight everywhere.
My stomach.
My midsection.
It's gangly with a belly.
Love handles right here.
I want to change all of it.
I've tried so many diets.
Lemonade detox, veggie detoxes, fruit detoxes, a Jell-O diet where I would only eat Jell-O. That didn't work. It was very short-lived.
My stomach,
my arms,
back fat, my legs.
This fat right here.
I'm Italian. We eat a lot of pizza, lasagna, pasta, pretty much anything high carb.
Chips or salsa or tacos or burritos. It's fast and easy.
I gained 40 pounds working at a coffee shop. A free drink at the beginning of the shift and a free drink after.
When I go to dinner, if I can't decide between the entrees, I'll order the ones I can't decide between.
And that can't be good.
I'm just too busy to eat healthy.
Being overweight makes everything harder.
These love handles,
my legs,
dangly
arms,
inner thighs,
my midsection.
I've never had a boyfriend.
I want to get married one day.
Like to live a long, healthy life.
I'm tired of being
This
big.
weight has to come off.
If not now, when? I choose now.
Well, all the thousands of letters we've got, we've chosen these people because we're going to track them and see what happens. Now, Natalia,
yes.
You're 25, and you say you're 5'2", 220 pounds. You want to lose 60 pounds, and you say you cannot get the scales to budge.
Nope.
Okay, and you've had trouble since pregnancy, right?
Yep, since having my two sons. They're 2 and 11 months.
Okay, so you're stuck after pregnancy.
Yep.
All right, so and sometimes that's hard to get that baby weight off. So that's your obstacle. We're going to work on that. All right, so we know your goals. We'll work on that. Kevin, what are you after?
Well, right now I just like to have a lighter body, just carrying around a little extra pouch right here. I've always been, made fun of for it, things like that. And also, the men in my family don't have long histories of living long lives, so I'd really just like to get healthy now while I'm still young so I can live to see my 80s, my 90s. And
yeah, a big part of this is about returning to health. I mean, it truly is, because and it's really interesting as you get your body chemistries back in position, then you do start processing so much more efficiently. Every eye. Okay, so you want to lose how much?
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
Yeah.
Has it been hard?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Just food in general. Like I say, that's my addiction. I can't help it.
Yeah. What's the heaviest you've ever been? Is this it or is it more?
180. So
yeah.
10 pounds heavier.
Okay. So are you athletic at all?
I love working out. I work out every day.
Okay.
Every day. And no weight loss.
Have you done any burst training at all?
No.
Okay, because that's one of the things we talk about in here. There's great efficiency to doing burst training where you can exercise, but doing 30-second burst training in an anaerobic way makes a huge, huge difference, and we're going to be talking about that. So, Tamara?
Yes.
How much are you looking to lose?
85 pounds.
85 pounds. All right. Is this the most you've ever weighed?
Yes.
Okay. Are you shocked to weigh this much?
I'm ashamed of it, yes.
I mean, has it crept up, or is it kind of jumped on you like overnight?
It's been gradual ever since I was a little girl.
Yeah. So this isn't something that's just totally new to you?
No.
Okay. What have you tried?
A little bit of everything. My mom would always be on the fad diet and want me to do it with her. And so I've tried a little bit of everything, but nothing has really stuck.
All right. Now, you've heard me talking about everything up here. You know this is a serious commitment, right?
Yes.
All right. Monica, are you and Darren together?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to do this together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you, do you think you're equally committed, or is one of you dragging the other?
I think we're equally committed.
Yeah.
23 years, we've done everything together.
If one of you gets weak, is the other one likely to get weak with him, or say, no, come on?
I think we get weak together.
Yeah, we kind of get, The other one's like, hey, okay, let's go.
Let's go get a green burrito or vanilla Pepsi.
See, that's a problem. So is he going to get in trouble if he says, hey, you don't want to do that?
No, absolutely not. We need to do that.
Okay, I just wanted to get that on tape. I've found coaching your wife's like trying to baptize a cat. you just can't get him in the bucket. It just doesn't work. Well, like you're denying that.
I knew you were going to go there.
What? Yeah, you deny that.
Yeah.
You take coaching really well, don't you?
Well, not from you, I don't.
Yeah, I play tennis all the time. They said, do you ever played with your wife? I said, I played with her once. I said, we're playing doubles. I said, yours? She said, don't tell me what to do.
Oh, I want to get that. I want to get that on tape, on a loop.
Today is day one of the rest of all my guests' new lives. They will all be starting phase one of my 2020 plan. I'm going to keep my eye on all of you guys. We're going to have you reporting in the weeks to come. If you are ready for a return to health and want your own copy of 2020 Diet, it's available anywhere books are sold. But you don't need to buy one if you're here today, because everybody in the audience is going home with a copy. I know we live in an environment where we're always on the go, so you can use the 2020 app. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next time.